Hey everyone, this is Dan the GM bringing you another episode of What the Dice. This episode is going to take you straight to heaven because it is episode 47. Oh yeah. Well, have you joined our Discord? You should join our Discord. We got a lot of really cool people hanging out with us, chatting and doing all sorts of cool stuff. We're always looking for new ways to make our Discord also better. So if you want to pop in and you've got ideas to make it more fun and more interactive and all that fun stuff, shoot me a link. Let me know. Or join the Discord and tell us, because we are always looking for ways to make it just a little bit better. And if you have comments about the show, that's a great place for us to instantly see it. Well, enough of this. It is time for that. And what I mean by that, I mean this week's episode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Looking deep into the fire, we can hear the pages of the book slowly flip. The warmth of the fire seems to go deep into our soul, rejuvenating our very being. The old man slowly closes the book and looks at us. It seems as if the fire of war has made itself seen. These orcs have many a strange technology that most orcs do not have. And the team must now find a way to lure out a war chief, or convince him to parley with him. But they must figure that all out, and with the three of them, I am sure they'll come up with something peaceful. Sit back, me friends, and hear me tale. Day is continuing on. I need a perception check from everyone.
All right.
7.
15.
27.
Defibulous. As you stare up at the blacksmith, you notice that he stops working for a moment. An orc walks up carrying an empty crate, and they begin to argue. You don't understand what they're saying, but it is clear they are arguing about something.
He'll slap Clyde, like, hey, pay attention to what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
Clyde, as you listen in, you can hear that they're arguing about how they need more signal flares, and that the blacksmith needs to help produce them and give away certain items to make the flares. It is clear that the orc blacksmith is not happy about this, as he is trying to meet a deadline.
Okay.
It seems as if they are trying to restock all of their flares. The orc blacksmith asks if where they're storing them, if they've checked there first.
Ooh, we get to see what it's for. I'm relaying the information.
Yep. The orc says something about, I don't know where it's at, or, playing stupid. And he starts to describe a shed. He says that they've stocked all the fire barrels and all the flares there for safekeeping, and that there should be a guard inside.
Oh god, all the way back down there. Okay.
Yeah, but if we could get there and explode all of them.
That would be one hell of a distraction.
Right? It might give us a clear pathway up to the top.
The only problem is we got to make it look like, someone was being careless or an accident. Because if they suspect, they have intruders, they're then going to look for where we went.
Well, we just make sure we don't have any tracks. They can look all they want, they'll look in the wrong areas.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, they'll have to also maintain human control. They have a lot of roaming people around.
So are you all going to sleep during the day and do more scouting at night?
Yeah, I mean, we were up all night scouting around. I would logically think we're going to rest in shifts during the day.
Yeah.
Short round.
Yes.
How can we make their furnace, pointing up to the blacksmith, how can we make that explode?
Defibrillus will take a look at the furnace area.
It is a standard wood and stone furnace, crudely made, and it looks like they're using the same clay that they use to hold the wood homes together. It is a bed of coals that looks like it needs to be reheated in the morning, and then it's constantly fed wood throughout the day to keep the temperature up.
Defibrillus will put his engineering brain to work and figure a way to make that explode.
Roll me a disable device or engineering, whichever is higher.
Knowledge or profession?
Whichever is higher.
23.
So your best idea is to maybe stick some of the fireworks inside of it, like bury it underneath the coals when they are dead at night, so that when it is lit up in the morning, the fireworks all go off. Even though they are signal fireworks, they are still going to shoot out little balls of fire, as well as they are packed with black powder, so they're still going to do some decent damage. If it doesn't destroy the forge, it will cause massive mayhem and set a lot of stuff on fire.
Defibrillus like, well, if we can get our hands on some of them explosives, we take them to the furnace while it's dead after it's cooled down, bury the fireworks in there so when they stoke the coals to reheat it, kaboom! Either blow it up or start a lot of fires, but it's going to be a hell of a show.
So what you're saying is when we go to ignite all of those other flares and fireworks that they have, we take a couple and shove them in that thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then instead of waiting around, since we already created a massive explosion, we can just explode it ourselves. And then they have two giant disasters going on? Although
Or
that
if we...
would lure them here.
It would definitely lure them here, but it also... That furnace is pretty rudimentary. I mean, catastrophic failure on something like that could happen anyway, just from the way it's constructed. So it's feasible, especially as lazy as that one guard was acting, that maybe he just happened to put the explosives in a dumb spot.
Alright. Sounds believable enough.
Oh, good, because I have no idea how orcs normally do things.
Right.
So, is there a way to put some, like, near-ish the furnace? That way, when they look at it, it's not like, somehow these got into the furnace. They're like, oh gosh, somehow they were placed near the furnace.
Make it look like some idiot just dropped it by and then it happened as an accident. We could feel enough for that.
Defibrillus goes, yeah, I mean, stuff some in the furnace and then leave several of them next to it, and it's going to look like, yeah, the furnace set cooked them off anyway.
Yeah, that was my thoughts.
Also, what about that dinner pot? We have that poison.
I mean, that's a good idea. I mean, if they're too sick to march, they're too sick to march.
Mm-hmm.
It'll at least bide time for the paladins to finish fighting that undead army, get back with the mercenaries and fortify the town. It could buy us some time. You wanted to do something to help the humans. We might not be able to help them directly here, but we can help everybody else by sabotaging them.
Correct.
How do you feel about that, Clyde?
I think that's a lot better idea.
Alright, well, you two are the stronger ones. We'll have to see if you guys could get up to that forge from the backside. I could probably sneak and steal some fireworks. If you give me the bag of holding, I can stuff some of them in there.
Yeah, if we do the whole vaulting off the shield thing, I could probably push you up rather quickly. It's just you jump on the shield, I push up, you jump off the shield type of.
Yeah, I can acrobatic use you as a launching pad essentially.
Yeah, I mean it's a big flat surface, and I can just push straight up.
She just smirks. She goes, as long as you don't mind getting some scratches in that shield of yours, making motion to her claws.
That's what it's there for.
She goes, all right. Well, I say we wait until dark, unless we see a really good opening.
I almost say we should. The orc said that we need to get more. Okay, so that means they're going to be going there soon. So I think we should definitely wait a few hours hours or so, because then that should have already passed. It should have already gone in there.
Right, but he was delivering them up here, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he said that he needed to get more though.
He was demanding that the blacksmith give them whatever material they need to make it.
Oh, okay. So they have a lot of fireworks. He just needs more material to make more.
Right.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. All right. So I say once dusk hits, I'll sneak back down, try and steal as many of those fireworks as I can. Now, and Defibulus can come with me to help sabotage them all. When do we want them to go, that building to explode? How soon after?
That's a timing part. I don't have that.
Should look at Defibulus.
Defibulus will think about the way the camp's been running and how they're doing things. What might be the best time for blowing that up?
It looks like, based on what you guys have seen, is that about midday, they go through and restock all of the flares. Either they swap them out in case of morning dew or anything like that. So anytime before dawn is when you would want to go through and sabotage or set them up.
Okay. Before dawn.
Yep, before dawn, which should be the best point.
So if that sets off before dawn, we make it back over here to the furnace. That explodes. They all run to that. We wait for our opportunity to make the furnace explode. That means they're going to come running up to us up there. Where are we going from there?
Well, if the furnace explodes and it looks like someone careless, there's going to be, I think, a giant fight on their hands with each other, because they're going to point fingers at who is the careless one that left it there.
That still doesn't help us get into the volcano.
Well, I mean, if they're all rushing to the explosions, trying to put out the fires and deal with their wounded, it might.
Yeah, we kind of followed the trail that he went in. Then I guess.
We have to get up there.
Well, I push you both up, and we have
That-
rope.
And then, okay, we can try and do the climbing route. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh no, here comes the rope again.
What? Me? You ain't a freaking rope.
All right, sounds like we got a plan. So bed down till dusk.
Okay. So bed till dusk is what I'm hearing?
Sounds about right.
Okay. As you guys sleep and take rounds, you start to notice that there is some arguing between some orcs. Some of them have strange brands on their shoulders, where others do not. The ones with the brands seem to bark orders and are distrustful of those without the brands.
Ooh.
As the sun sets, the camp becomes quiet. You hear the sound of the forge being put out for the night. The guard post torches light up as guards begin to take positions.
All right, so start the sneaky sneak. We'll leave Clyde here, and me and
Yeah.
Defibulus go down because we're gonna come back up here anyways.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Clyde?
I'm gonna have to definitely say yes to that. I mean, looking for the best.
I mean, it just makes it faster.
Yep.
All right, Defibulus, you are with me.
Okay.
I apologize, but I can't do more.
That's all right.
Roll your stealth to get to where you're going.
Yep.
Am I adding her bonus or just my own?
Just your own.
Dirty 20.
21.
All right. You were able to get to the fireworks storage without a problem. Inside, you see a orc. His hands are blackened by gunpowder, and he is sitting on a stool and is wrapping fireworks slowly. He seems to be humming a war chant to himself as he continues to work. Every time he finishes a roll of or a signal flare, he covers it in a thin wax and sets it off to the side to dry. Inside, you see probably 10 boxes of signal flares all prepared. You also see several dozen heavy barrels painted red. It looks like they have corks that have fuses that run through it. Underneath his desk or underneath his table, you see a large spool of what you would assume is fusing. The Fibulous perception check.
28.
You notice that on the spools, they bear the marking of short bolt. Same with the casks that are painted red. They also bear the symbol of short bolt. Or short bolt? Which
Short
one is it?
bolt.
Short bolt.
Phoebus is going to glare at that and point to Kalila and point to the symbol on it.
She'll nod, recognizing the short bolt symbol. She'll quietly whisper to him, going, "What do you want to do about it?"
I'm going to do an engineering check to see what's the best way to make sure this all goes off and looks like an accident after we take what we need.
Go ahead and roll. Knowledge engineering.
19.
It looks like his torch is up high enough to where even the stray flicks of flames don't land on his workstation that is covered in a thin layer of explosive powder. You also see that the fuses that are there are tucked underneath far enough to where if anything did catch flames, it wouldn't set those off as well. So it would assume that, they've taken precautions in making sure no stray flames land on anything flammable in here.
Phoebus, strip bolt.
What do you see?
They've taken precautions to make sure stray flames and flickering flames don't set things off.
Well, we don't really care about what there's gonna be no evidence as to how this started. We just need it to set up to still ignite. I can get that guy to be quiet. Or take him out.
If you could do that, I could quickly take a spool of explosives and tie a fuse to just about everything in there and lead the fuse away and light it.
We just have to keep him in here and make sure that nobody hears him bashing around. I can make him silent, but he'll still be capable of moving and bashing and hitting things. Do you think electricity would set these off? Or create enough of a spark?
That'd be what, an engineering knowledge again?
Yep.
27.
So the barrels have metal banding. Technically, if those create an arc, it could ignite it. There's also the fact of the torch is just high enough to give someone light, and it is the only torch in sight. If you could get the torch to fall, it would probably set the table on fire, which is also covered in a thin layer of powder.
And
Okay.
so is he, which would then theoretically cause him
Right.
to ignite. Fibulus will relay this to her.
So, okay.
All right. So we just needed to get to fall over, right?
Yep.
But-
Hmm.
Don't you guys also need to get some fireworks?
We do,
We do
yes.
need to get some fireworks too. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there any close by the door?
Roll perception.
19.
I rolled the same thing, 19.
There is a small box that has about 5 fireworks sitting by the door. It looks like what he's doing is he's making one and then tossing it into that box.
How do you use that wind scroll?
It was worth it.
Where's the torch in the line of sight for the orc that's working?
It would be just out of sight, so it's just slightly above the table, out of direct sight.
So you could sneak up behind him and tip it over and run out really quick?
In theory, yeah.
Yeah, in theory, all hypothetical. If perfect, you could go tap and run,
Right.
Could hit it with an arrow, too.
or hit it with an arrow. Yeah, exactly. So
You also have a fire ability, don't you?
oh, yeah, I can spark it from a distance too. And I mean, what's the point?
Right, but my thought is, well, no, you do you.
Exactly. Like we do us. Make it look like an accident. That's at least somewhat reasonable. Let's focus on getting that crate. You said it was right by the door.
Yes. Clyde, because I don't want you to feel left out, I need a perception check from you.
Yay. Hello, everyone. I have an 11.
Near where the camp is set up, or where you guys are camped out, you see a patrol of 2 orcs walking down that area. They are murmuring back and forth, kind of at a hushed whisper. Listening intently, you hear them talk about how they are tired of being bossed around and that they think that maybe they would be better generals than the generals that have been picked.
Okay.
It seems as if there is some level of distrust between all of the higher ranking and lower ranking orcs.
Gotcha.
One of them even makes the joke of, yeah, maybe we should just set the whole place aflame and just start our own clan.
Wow. That's quite interesting.
Kalila and Defibulus. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm pretty sure the orc won't survive this building blowing up, so I don't think I need to worry so much about making him be silent. And I think just shooting an arrow to make the torch fall over is probably the best idea after we grab the crate.
Okay.
So I'm going to make use of the wonderful spike and put it right at the door foot.
I thought you left that with Clyde so he was protected.
Oh, you're right. I did. Never mind. I don't have that. So, my bad. All
So
right.
you're going to have to rely on your raw stealth.
Yep. Raw stealth and it is.
You're doing it raw. Understand?
You're welcome. But I'm going to try and quietly steal the crate while the orc is not paying attention and have the Fibulus watching my back.
What a nice back it is.
Why, thank you. 24.
You're good?
Into the bag of holding. Can I reach any more?
You have 5 flares.
Can I reach any more?
Roll to see.
Perception?
Yes.
25.
You see 3 more that looks like he missed the crate.
Can I grab them?
Yes.
I'm grabbing them too.
Okay. So you have 8 flares.
All right, 8 flares it is. And then I'm going to go back to the door, make sure we have a good exit route, and take aim at that arrow to knock it over.
All right. I need you to roll your attack.
And I'm not using a thistle arrow, I'm using just
Standard arrow.
a common actual wood arrow.
Okay.
So that way there's no metal and it'll burn like everything else.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Attack.
Thank you. I forgot.
Against the darkness.
Against the light, technically.
True.
Dirty 20.
All right. You hit. And is almost as if in slow motion, you watch the torch slowly start to fall. The orc seems to notice the change of the light and turns as the flame hits the table. He seems to try to jump to put his hand across it as the flames ignite the black powder on the table and begin to burn his hands. He begins to flail his hands around and starts to scream as flames flick around, landing on the different wood crates and wooden barrels. I need you two to roll a stealth to get away.
Help to get away. 24.
Okay.
And I'm making sure Defibulus is with me.
28. Sorry, I couldn't math for a moment.
You are able to get away as you see as flames lick up the side and out the windows. Orcs are now waking up as the sounds of the flares going off happen faster and faster. Then the barrels ignite. Several of the orcs start to run away to avoid the shrapnel that is going to happen. Several of the generals start barking orders, yelling for them to get water buckets and put the flames out. Several hesitate, but then comply. Clyde, you can see the smoke and you can hear the screaming, followed by the loud explosion as the building gives way and the flames get into the black powder.
I am going to yell out in Orc, "New generals! We need new generals! We're gonna take charge!"
Roll. Technically that's a con, but D&D doesn't have con.
And I'm not deceiving them since some people are believing of this.
Right, but you're
lying.
stoking the flames.
It would be. Oh, wait.
Diplomacy. It's just
Diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy. Let's go with that. That's great. I'm okay with this.
Done and done. Moving forward.
roll.
That's a 24.
The two guards that are nearby look around, and then they agree with you. They're like, yeah, new generals. They run down chanting, new generals, new generals. Kalila and Defibulus. You can hear more orcs coming down towards that lower area. You need to make your way to safety.
All right,
Where
let's
would
pick
you
up.
like to go?
Oh, to safety?
Yeah, you have the whole camp is now moving down there to try putting the fire out.
Oh, okay. Are they coming down the back way or the main roads?
Main roads.
All right.
But that's still a lot of orcs. So I need a stealth check from both of you to get to safety.
1.
Say again?
21.
Okay.
22. Or 23, I'm sorry, I can't count.
And doing it right isn't necessarily evil, right?
What?
Doing a riot is not evil, right?
It's kind of a gray area.
No. I got this. You were given the orders directly from your paladin superior by any means necessary. You got a clear conscience. Keep going.
Okay.
Your God smiles upon me. It's fine.
Defibulus and Kalila, you are able to make your way up to camp without being spotted.
Woo.
As you watch the camp, the torches light up brighter as more guards and more orcs are moving in to help with everything. You can hear arguments that Clyde is translating for you. There's now an argument on how can generals be so careless just to have one man around the flames? Why not have the flame covered? Why use flames at all? Why not make these during the day? There's an argument, followed by a full-out brawl between several orcs and several orcs generals. What would you like to do?
motion to Clyde to get to the wall and toss my kitty ass up there. We got a furnace to explode.
Clyde's going to move towards the wall as easily as he can, stealthily.
You're gonna
All right.
flip the spike, by the way.
Am I supposed to be helping with this furnace exploding?
Yes,
Alright, then I'm following them.
you're getting catapulted up the wall too, or rope climbing. Take your pick.
Hey! Whichever's quicker and easier for everyone.
Catapult.
Cat, a pult. Okay.
Clyde, roll your strength.
All right, it'll be the all right, Defibulous. Try and copy what I do. We're gonna run at Clyde. You're gonna jump on the shield, and he's gonna throw you up.
Why do I see this ending badly for me?
I don't know, but I just got a dirty 20. Just
Dirty
adding more
20?
strength.
All
I
right.
don't know what else I would add.
Strength.
I mean, that's what I got. Like, I'm just using strength, but I guess maybe acrobat. No, I'll just.
Well, if you're throwing them, it's
yeah, you're right. Straight up strength. Yep.
yeah, straight up strength.
Dirty 20.
Now, Kalila and Defibulous, I need you to roll acrobatics.
Woo!
Like acrobatics or acrobatics when jumping?
Acrobatics, because you're being thrown.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I got a 23, by the way.
Okay, you're good.
24.
All right, you're up there as well.
And thank you for going with acrobatics but not with jumping.
As you guys land behind the forge, you see the blacksmith standing right here.
Oh
He
shit!
does not notice you, but he is in a heated argument with the orc from earlier.
Does he see us either?
No, they are in a heated argument. He is calling the orc that bothered him earlier lazy. Well, you guys don't understand it, but it's you see them arguing.
All I do is just motion to Defibulous to stay the quiet motion and be like, "Keep working, I'll watch," and hide him behind the furnace, so that way they can't.
They begin to push and argue before the blacksmith punches the other one. He hits the ground and glares up at the blacksmith before walking off. The blacksmith crosses his arms, walking back into his hut. The the torch inside is put out as you hear the sounds of the wood creak as he is laying down.
Laying down. Get to work. Get to work. She's handing him the flares.
Defibulous will check to make sure that the furnace bed is cool enough to put them in there now.
It is.
He will load them in there and then load a few up to the off to the side to make it look like someone deliberately put them next to the furnace.
Are you
Okay.
using all 8, or are you keeping a couple for us?
Do we want some?
Yes.
How many do you want?
At least 2.
Is my brain just
6.
stopped. Yeah, that number is that. We'll
It's
take all 6 to blow the furnace.
It would make sure it's completely destroyed, and it would look like it's on purpose.
He'll do that then.
What do you
All
mean
right.
it would make it look like it's on Oh, it would make it look like on purpose.
Yes.
And we want that?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll engineering.
I'm keeping a lookout.
Just knowledge engineering or actual engineering?
Actual engineering, because you're trying to rig this to where it works properly.
21.
Okay. You're good. You've got them all placed to where when this is lit up, it's going to blow up.
Boom.
Defibulous. All right. Everything's set here.
All right, I'll lower you back down. Or actually, don't we need to cut through? Kalila, before looking, like, working our way back down, she's actually going to look. Is the path pretty much clear to go up the volcano?
You don't know what's in those 2 far homes, but other than that, everything looks clear. There's still a lot of commotion going on.
She's going to toss the rope down to Clyde, at least, and get him climbing up.
Perception check from everyone.
25.
Good.
23.
Good.
Well, Clyde's not up here.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, 11.
Everyone notices the volcano starts to glow and spew out small bits of flames and belts out more smoke as a large orc steps out and raises the scepter. His face is glowing in the light as he calls out. Clyde, you would know what he is saying.
Silence, sleep now, or I will call upon the wrath of the god. We have more. Do not fear the small amount of orcs that fear change. They will be converted. They will be taught the lesson that they should learn. Arrest those who seek to remove my generals. Put them in iron and toss them in the cave with the humans.
There goes that rebellion.
Yeah.
That's
As he lowers the scepter, the volcano calms down. What would you guys like to do?
What the hell did he just say?
Oh,
he's pretty.
I was doing it verbatim when he was saying it.
Okay. So, here's the question. Is this guy the actual war chief, or was there another one? And if so, having some orcs that dislike this guy that are being arrested could be useful.
Well, it's having the ones that want to rebel being thrown away. I still say we need to get to the top there, and I hardly see any orcs in our way. We have the best opportunity to make it up there before they all of a sudden decide to listen to him.
Yeah, they still have to quell the riot. I agree.
But since he gave the order to quell the riot, that's shortening our time to get the things that we want done. Unless we create more, someone keeps sabotaging while somebody else goes in there.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen next with what you just did with the furnace.
True. Which they have to come over and ignite it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we ignite it ourselves. But what I'm saying is, why don't we get over to the other side of the blacksmith shack? We can take care of the blacksmith if we needed to on our way over there, and then I can set this aflame from a distance.
Yeah, but then that's going to raise suspicion because then he went to bed and then all his furnace is kicking on.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
This will be our exit strategy.
The furnace?
Yeah.
No, I thought we wanted it to create more diversions.
Yes. So if we get up there now while he's asleep and go into the cave and take the staff or whatever you want to call it, the rod from him, getting out, like coming back out the next morning when that explodes and creates a diversion that can be our exit diversion.
But that's going to gather everybody to where exactly we want to run away out of.
What about going this direction?
That would be going up the volcano.
Yeah, going in here and getting like where he came out. Okay. Because this is where he came out, right?
Yep.
Okay. Going in here, getting it. And then once we get it, and that creates a diversion, going this way. And then we have our tent. And, there's nothing really right here. We chill here until things calm down. And then we can exit this way. Well, maybe not until things calm down, but everybody's going to be rushing. Everybody's going to be rushing over here.
So your plan is go into the cave, get what you came for, run out of the cave, and then hide behind one of the giant rocks to the east. Wait until things get calm enough to leave, and then exit to the south.
Yeah, because nobody else is going in the cave. So when we're over here, and this goes boom, everybody is going to be going over there, and we exit said stages if we can.
Yeah.
I question your exit route, but I understand the plan.
Okay.
Or we could just yeet down the side.
Yeet. Oh yeah, or yeet over here.
Or just yeet down the side. You got a tower shield. We can use it as a sled.
Breath of the Wild for the win.
Yes! We'll Breath of the Wild this bitch. We'll pile up on your shoulders and ride down. It'll be great. That's at least Kalila's exit plan. All right, so we've now got to sneak past it into that cave. So Clyde needs to climb up. Rope goes down.
Climbs up.
Clyde, roll your climb.
19.
You are able to get up without a lot of problems. You can hear the snoring of the blacksmith, and you can still hear the arguments and the fighting below. It seems as if the generals are having a hard time getting everything under control.
I understand that.
All right. Well, as per we did before, I'm going to send Hugin out to a point, so that way he can say, yeah, it's safe, because he can tremor sense and feel if people are nearby, and then Kalila is going to assist the sneaking up to the cave.
All right. Go ahead and roll. And this will get you to the cave entrance.
Oh, okay, cool. Dirty 20.
All right. Everyone else roll. As long as you didn't roll a 1, you'll be fine.
I did not roll a 1.
Then you're fine.
I rolled a 12.
Whoa.
I rolled a 4.
Close, but no cigar.
As you peer into the volcano cave entrance, you can feel the heat pumping out. The smell of sulfur is overwhelming. Inside, you can see 2 glowing red eyes stare right at you. But this is the end of this episode.
Well, me friends, it seems as if, as always, Kalila, Defibulus, and Clyde have successfully found their targets. Not without some of Defibulus's gnome-like flair making an appearance. It seems as if Defibulus, at every chance, likes to destroy what his brother has created, and Kalila seems to feed his destructive personality, as Clyde tries to temper them both. Well, there's many more things to come, like how will they deal with the strange warlord orc. Until next time, me friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll.
We here at What the Dice would like to thank Paizo for creating Pathfinder, Epidemic Sound for our music, as well as Sirenscape for our sound effects. If you would like to reach out to us, you can do so on Facebook at What the Dice Pod, Twitter at What the Dice Pod, and of course email whatthedicepod@gmail.com. And if you liked our little adventure, please share us with your friends and rate and review us.